The morning of day 2 found us in Bonanza Springs. We woke up, did a little hike. The BLM website lists it as a watchable wildlife area. It's one of the few places in the Mojave where there's actually water coming out of the ground. There's a spring there, and there was water. Wildlife collects there. They ask you not to hang out by the water too long. The only wildlife that we ended up seeing were some bees, a couple of birds, and a few lizards.
Well, we just left the campground. Now we're headed to a marker that I placed a while ago that is the start of the Mojave Road, right near, I guess it's Mojave City, but near Bullhead, Arizona. And we'll gas up and hit the Mojave Road. But first we've got to get off of this dirt road and back onto Route 66. Then Route 66 heads up and hits the 40 as you head toward Arizona. This road has been super fun, really fast, smooth, no washboard, which is always awesome. Fun road. Hey, this is Joe from Wayaway Adventures. Hey there, this is Joe from Wayaway Adventures. So right up ahead of us is a little rise, and over that little rise is the Colorado River and the traditional starting point of the Mojave Road. So we have made it to the 0 point here. And here we are. The start of the Mojave Road and the Colorado River. Seems so peaceful right now. And off that way is where we're going. One of the things I love the most about driving in the desert is that as you pass through different areas, the landscape changes, the plants change. You'll get different cactus, you'll get different yuccas. There's always something new, like around every turn, it seems like. We just entered an area that's got some cholla. There's some yuccas. No Joshua trees yet, but that's coming, I know. Also, the rock formations are different. It's like every couple of miles it's something new. And I don't know if it has to do with the way the weather patterns are, to where maybe there's more moisture in a certain area. As you're traveling, everything changes just every couple of miles, and I love it. So this has been a pretty challenging stretch of road through here. Lots of drop-offs, lots of exposed rock. Oof. Well, these are the first Joshua trees that I've seen on this trip. Again, we got another change in the environment.
Our campsite for night 1 took us up into the New York mountains. This was a detour off the Mojave Road, one that I've made before. You get up to a pretty good elevation up there. There's some beautiful campsites, cool nights. Really a nice break from the road. On the way there was this strange cabin made of rock and a old camper shell that somebody had set up ages ago.
Sunset in the New York mountains. So we're almost ready to leave the New York Mountains campsite. We're up on Carruthers Trail Road, or Carruthers Canyon Road, I think is what it's called. But beautiful campsite. Did a little hike up into the mountains. And that was really cool. The geology up there is surprising. Lots of things that my base amateur mind has no idea of how that exists. But yeah, beautiful day so far. Yesterday we had a little bit of an adventure. I was going pretty fast up a pretty rocky area, and my passenger side front tire, my wheel hit a good rock, and I felt the slam of it, and I ended up bending like a V shape into the rim. But George broke out an 8-pound sledge and banged it back into place, and this morning I aired it up to 40 pounds, sprayed it with some Windex, and it's holding air. It looks, you can kind of tell that something happened. There's a little bit of a mark on the wheel, but for the most part it's exactly how it's supposed to be. So hat tip to that Australian guy that said steel wheels are better than aluminum wheels because you can bang them back into shape, because dude was right. That if that had been an aluminum wheel, I probably would have cracked the wheel. So we'll see if it holds. So far it seems really solid. The bead is back where it needs to be. There's no air coming out. Took it back down to 18 pounds and on our way. Here we go.
As you're leaving the New York mountains, near the intersection of Carruthers Canyon Road and Old Government Road is the Settler's House. We stopped there for a while to check it out.
Yeah, no worries. Me too.
On our way toward the Rock Spring cabin, we encountered a pretty big downhill that was really rutted. The sand was soft, and it was kind of a challenge.
It's about 18-inch drop. Right, yeah. So keep coming, you'll miss it.
You're doing good. Keep coming this way. Woo! Nope, it's this way. Slow down. Whoa. All right. You're heading right to this big hole. I don't know if I like that.
This is what I had you straddle.
Whoa. All right. Yep. Come towards me. Doing good. A little bit that way.
Just a note here, that rubbing that you hear on my tires is my
You got it.
sidewall hitting the fender.
So this must have been the foundation for another little outbuilding.
They explained it up there. It was a ore crushing mill and something else. That's why I wanted to come up here and see.
I think this hike is primarily used by cattle.
After leaving Rock Springs, we headed toward the Mojave Mailbox. The Mailbox is a traditional spot to stop, sign the book, and check out the weird collections of stuff that's kind of littered around, like this collection of frogs.
We just reached the highest point in the Mojave Preserve. Got a couple pictures of the geological markers. I think George said that that one of them was 1908, but I'll have to look at the pictures to confirm that. I might be remembering wrong. But so it's all downhill from here.
One of the coolest places on the Mojave Road are the lava tubes. Unfortunately, we were hitting it a little late in the day, so there was only one major shaft of light that was coming through from the top. Still, very cool, very cool. The sun was starting to set, so it was time to find a place to camp. The place I had originally pinned on the map was occupied, so we tried a place a little farther down the road, but it was just too close to the actual Mojave Road. So George scouted around a little bit and found a little rise that was close to a mine shaft and a little bit of old infrastructure. It was the perfect camp spot. High up on a hill, view both ways. So we made our camp, had some dinner, built a fire. On the morning of day 3, we made some breakfast, hung out for a while, packed up, and hit the road. One quick camping tip here. Save an old water bottle, crack a couple of eggs into it, add the milk and pepper and salt, whatever you're going to add in there to make scrambled eggs, and then throw it in your cooler. Way better than having a broken egg in there.
So we're just leaving the campsite. George actually found the name of the site. It's the Ornofino Mine. And we're heading down the hill now back to the ruin of what might have been ore processing or living quarters or something like that, but there's a couple of structures down there. So we're gonna go and check that out a little bit and then continue on the Mojave Road. This whole area through here is called the Devil's Playground, which, you know, it's nice that he's got his own playground. There's a huge dust devil over there. Oh, I better hurry. It almost got me. So the Mojave Road has taken us into what I think is the other side of the Kelso Dunes. This is pretty cool. Seems like we've driven on every single kind of terrain you can possibly imagine on this road. We've had powdery sand, we've had rocks, we've had sharp rocks, we've had whoops, we've had fast, smooth, groomed roads, we've had miles of Joshua trees and just sandy roads. I don't remember this from the last time I was out here driving on sand dunes. This is something that I've never gone out and looked for sand dunes to drive on. I know that a lot of people really dig it. I can kind of see why now. This is fun. So this is the start of the Soda Lake. Looks pretty hard packed. You can see the remnants of where it wasn't hard packed. So here we are, starting out the Soda Lake. I've been looking forward to this. Last time we were here, my son Joey was 15 and he drove across this and he was super excited to be the driver. Take it nice and easy and not kick up a bunch of dust. It's pretty hard packed though. About 2/3 of the way across the Soda Lake is the Traveler's Monument. It's traditional to bring a rock from home and leave it on the monument as you head across. I forgot to do that, so I just took the handful of rocks that were sitting on my WeatherTech floor mat that had collected from my hiking boots across the entire trip, and I threw those on the monument. I figured it was fitting. And back into the soft sand. I'm pretty sure this is a borax mine. stop and check it out.
Hey, what's up?
The map says we're off the road.
Yeah, we are. The old train car is off to our left. I don't know where it is, but I don't remember it being anything interesting.
I'm gonna back up. We can flip around and actually follow it.
Yeah, so I was just saying, do you want to see the train car? I don't really need to.
Nope, I'm good. Here it is, the notorious Mojave Road water crossing. Still hasn't hit your knees yet. It still hasn't hit your knees. Or a crocodile. Just napping on the bottom. All right, here we go. The Mojave Road water crossing. I guess that was not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
at the end of the trip, George and I got separated. That was probably the moment that both of us decided to buy better radios, but eventually we both made it to the Camp Cady Monument and the end of the Mojave Road.